Well, you're in for a treat today. Well, as long as we win something, you will be. Welcome along to the Gobby Gaffer. It's part 10. I'm managing Lille over in France. Well, you've all been watching. You know all of that. Let's get stuck in. So once again, quite a few games played since we got knocked out of the Champions League. I'm not going to read them all out. Shiny green dots mostly. If you look down to the Clermont game, 3-0 win at home, and we did go 5 points ahead in the league of PSG. I think because of their Champions League, it's been hard going for them, and they've had one or two dodgy games in League One Uber Eats. But then we played at Lyon away from home, and we gave the ball away 3 times in the first half, so the writing was on the wall. And well, if you've not watched any of my shorts, go and watch my short on injured players on the opposition team, because it was a perfect example. So the injured player on their team who stayed on for the whole 90 minutes, virtually ran the whole length of the pitch and stuck the ball in the bottom corner. How annoying, how frustrating. However, we did get a 1-1 out of it, but we dropped the 2 points. And then the one thing Paris Saint-Germain have been doing is banging the goals in. When they've been winning a game, it's been 5-0, 6-0. So their goal difference is much better than ours. So anyway, that brought it down to 3 points. With Paris Saint-Germain having better goal difference. They played before we played Saint Etienne, and they won that game and went top of the league on goal difference. But as you can see there, we beat Saint Etienne, we beat Nice 2-1, a very, very important win, that one. They were 4th place. But anyway, let's move this on, because potentially we've got 3 games to play today. We've got 2 home games, Montpellier and Lens. And if you notice there, in the going a little bit higher up in the French Cup semi-final, a nice 2-0 win. So the other semi-final was Auxerre and PSG. Auxerre won it on penalties, and like I say, I think the Champions League is really hampering Paris Saint-Germain this season, because they're coming back and not getting great results in the league, which is great for us. So the lead at the top now is back to 5 points. Paris Saint-Germain dropping more points again. There's 6 points to play for. We're 5 points ahead of them. We could actually win the league in the next game. That's why I've come back when I have. Let's get stuck in. Well, I'm shaking up a little bit. We all know what a real rascal Football Manager can be. So I've dropped the 3 centre-backs. I'm just trying to keep the AI on its toes. And, well, I did this in the last game and it worked a treat. So we've gone to a back 4. Dalterio in goal, back 4 of Loco, Viti, Bitsiabu and Daddario. Gomez is the anchor. We have 2 in midfield. We have a Mazzala and an attacking central midfielder. Kamara doing very, very well and getting forward and scoring goals in this formation. So Banicic and Kamara in there. And Goma is the playmaker behind Lavumbo and Matos today. Yeah, those 2 played really well in the last game and deserve a run out in this game as well. So to put some meat on the bones for you, Paris Saint-Germain need to win today. If we win, the title's ours. A draw for us, and anything less than a win for PSG, and still the title is ours. So that's where we stand at the moment. Obviously, we just need to win this game. We just need to get our heads down and win the game. We had the dreaded team meeting before the game, and well, I did press the right button, and 27 players were absolutely over the moon with my team meeting. So we've lost the ball there on that side, and it looks like Banicic is going to get sent off. So, oh, he's not got sent off. I was just going to say then a big game red card, but no, he got a yellow on that one. Okay, well, it's all Lille in this game, and I think I am going to have to watch Banicic, because he's on that yellow card now. Banicic with the shot. It's in the back of the net. And just as I'm talking about Banicic, I have to be aware of... although he doesn't look like he's on a yellow. He must have just got a talking to for that one. Those normally are red cards. But anyway, Banicic, he's very fired up for this game today. He's kicking people, he's scoring goals. And, well, I mean, apart from the kicking people, it's a kind of, mindset you want, isn't it? Come on, we're going into battle here. If we win this game, we lift the shiny shiny silverware. I can't speak. I'm too excited. And Gomer is injured. 32 minutes in, and it looks like quite a bad injury. Godoy, the new lad, can come in there. Lovumbo now is going to flirt this corner in. I have changed my crosses. And Beatty gets his head on that one. We're 2-0 ahead. And that shiny silverware is getting closer and closer. I can kind of feel it in my hands. My sweaty palms. I'm a bit nervous, if I'm honest. Lovumbo there. And I was going to say I've changed my crosses to whipped crosses. We were on mixed, but I'm whipping them in. Because I did notice that we were looping a lot of balls in. The keeper was just coming out and picking them up. So I thought, no, let's whip these balls in and let's give them something to think about. And while I'm thinking about it, we do need to just drop the mentality. We're going to go to balanced because I did start the game on attacking. Matos slides the ball in. Godoy gets his second goal of the season. And, well, I mean, we've seen this already this season, haven't we? Against AC Milan, we were 3-0 up in that game. I mean, obviously, these are not AC Milan, so I don't think we're going to lose it 4-3. But it has happened, hasn't it? But Godoy there has just come in for Ngoma, and just before half-time, about 5 minutes left before half-time, and gets the goal that puts us 3-0 ahead. Didario there, lovely work, nips in, picks the ball up, Bitsiabu now, and I'm kind of tempted to say, no, I won't say anything, because when I say things mid-game, the opposite happens. Matos now plays the ball to Didario. You're all thinking now, what was I going to say? Oh, well, I have to keep you in suspense, won't I? Lovumbo now. What's he going to do with this? Very, very patient build-up, this. And Banicic there just skims the top of the net. Well, the opposition not in this game at all, which is absolutely fine by me. And I'm sure PSG will be putting on some kind of a show. And Matos absolutely wellies that. And that is 4-0 just before half-time. And my word, are we putting on a performance for a full house that have come in today hoping we get that win and they can see the team lift that shiny trophy. And my word, Matos, what a goal, what a player that lad's going to be. Okay, well, I made... The assistant manager, he's just satisfied, that's all. He's not getting too worked up. We're winning 4-0 and we could get the shiny silverware at the end of the game. But he's just satisfied. That's all right. You just sit there and be nice and calm. I'll do all the worrying, sweaty palms and all that kind of thing. I'm not going to go delighted, though. I think I made that mistake in the... was it the AC Milan game? I think it was, We were 3-0 up at half-time and I went in delighted. And then they came out second half and scored 4 goals. So anyway, we're going to deliver that. Let's have a look for any tiredness. Actually, this formation now with the wing-backs like playing further back, it doesn't tire them out as much. So we're doing all right, actually. It's a shame about Ngoma, though, because we're going to lose him for the cup final now. Okay, 58 minutes on the clock now. Lovumbo with another corner. Viti gets his head on it, puts it back into the mixer again. And the ball is headed away. Didario, don't lose the ball, lad. I mean, to be honest, I can't see this team scoring 5 goals, even 4, to be honest, to get a point out of the game. I just can't see them doing it. But anyway, Loco now, he's dribbling himself there. I think his mind was wandering and he was just like having a little dribble on his own. Didario now plays the ball, and the Kamara, who's been an excellent signing. I didn't play him a lot when I'd first signed him, but he's been a regular. The ball's in the back of the net again, and it's Godoy with his second goal of the game, 3rd goal of the season. Came in quite late, Godoy, but I think he's going to be challenging Ngoma for that attacking midfielder role. But a lovely ball whipped in here, and Gomez there got a little bit of fortune there. The ball pinged off a few players, but in the end, Godoy gets on the end. We're winning 5-0, and surely now, in fact, I think I do need to make some subs, don't I? Let's get as many players on the pitch as I can to finish the game. I think we are going to go with... We're going to change the wing-backs. So Santos... Okay, let's change the centre-backs then. I've got David on the bench, haven't I? That's 3. And who else can we bring on? Sotelo maybe for Gomez. We'll keep 1 back as per usual. But yeah, we're doing all right now. Should coast into the final whistle now. Well, 24 shots, 9 on target, an XG of 2.4. 2.64, the XG for the opposition 0.03, and here we go. And this is a sight for sore eyes. I did wonder at one stage whether we could actually overhaul PSG, but I think PSG's involvement in the Champions League, they basically got knocked out, by the way. They're not in the final of the Champions League. But I think that's been a detriment for them this season. They've certainly suffered. The league games after the Champions League game has always, well, not always, but a lot of the time has seen them lose points. And well, we benefited from that. We got knocked out early doors. Of course, the challenge next season now is going to be having a good league campaign, but getting further in the Champions League. And we may suffer like PSG, but come on. These lads, it's my 3rd trophy at Lille since I became their manager. And, well, the assistant manager is chilled, still very chilled out, the assistant manager. Very, very chilled out. Come on, lad. Come on, get a glass of champagne or something, you know. We're delighted. And, of course, yes, we have done the double because the other trophy that we won this season was the early doors one. And it was that Sam trophy, was it? Yeah, the European South American Club Challenge, we won that as well. So 2 trophies in the bag this season. Very nice indeed. And just having a quick look there at Paris Saint-Germain's schedule. And as you can see there, what's that? The last 6 games that they played, they only won 2 of them. They did beat Monaco, but it makes no difference. With 1 game to play, we are champions. And that just leaves the little matter of the French Cup final. And it is Auxerre. So, well, we'll see you in the dugout. Let's see if we can make it 3 shiny trophies this season and pick up the French Cup as well. That would be very nice. Well, the money's beginning to roll in now. 17 million for winning the league. We will have a look at the finances at the end of the episode. But yeah, the finances looking very, very healthy now. We did get the budgets in as well. Nothing to write home about. So, but again, we'll have a look at those at the end of the episode. But we're off to the Stade de France now. 81,000 screaming French fans will be getting behind the teams. And let's hope it's Lille who come out winners at the end. And another shiny piece of silverware. Let's get in the dugout. Okay, no surprises here. So we did win the last game of the season. I forgot to mention that. We won it 2-0. Lavumbo and Windwind scored the 2 goals. Windwind, by the way, he had an extension on his contract, which I've triggered. So we have got him for another year. It seemed a bit silly to let him go because his contract was running out. So yeah, he's been a very, very valuable servant for us and done very, very well. So I think it's more or less an unchanged team this. Dalterio in goal, Loco, Villa, Bitsiabu and Dedario, the back 4. For that last game of the season, we did have all 3 of our defensive midfield players were out. It was either red cards or niggling injuries. But we do have Gomez back for this game today. Yao Gomez is still out injured, by the way. He did come back. He was on a fitness. Then he got okay. Then he got injured again. So I don't think Yao Gomez is going to be an awful lot of use to us. 29-year-old Brazilian. I thought when we signed him, he was going to be a big piece of the jigsaw. Can't keep him fit. Banicic and Kamara did so well winning us the league this season. So they're going to keep their places. Godoy has to come in. And Goma picked up that bad injury. So he's out injured today. But Godoy did score 2 goals in that game. That final game that won us the shiny silverware. And, well, the final game on camera. And Lavumbo and Matos up front. We know what this team can do. We just have to... I've done the team talk. I ticked the right button again. And 27 players were absolutely enthusiastic with what I'd said. Well, let's see if they can transfer that onto the pitch. And as the players come out today, 81,000 fans inside the Stade de France. And it should be Stade de France, shouldn't it, if we're putting the accents in right. But yeah, a nice win today would be absolutely brilliant. But 4 minutes on the clock, and well, it is Auxerre who get the first highlight. And we don't need any penalties today, thanks. No penalties. He's going to put that in the back of the net. So we are losing 1-0 after just under 5 minutes. And obviously we shouldn't underestimate Auxerre. They did beat PSG in the semi-final. So it was on penalties, but I think it was 3-3 final whistle. Ball pings off to Luvumbo. Can he get a ball through? Yes. Matos is in. And he shoots, and that's in the back of the net. And once again, Matos from distance is a lethal weapon. My word, he can strike a ball from distance. It's 1-1. And let's have a look at that. That was a thing of beauty, that. I mean, we got a little bit of lucky. The ball pinged off. But a lovely ball forward. Matos absolutely well as it past Wagner in goal. And Luvumbo and Matos working very, very nicely together there. Okay, just the 10 minutes on the clock. And it's been a very, very lively opening this. 2 goals. Both teams obviously going for it today. Well, why wouldn't you? It's a one-off game. The shiny silverware at the end of it. And, well, let's hope it's Lille who picked that shiny silverware up. But like I say, you cannot underestimate Auxerre. Any team that beats PSG, and I don't think we've beaten PSG this season, if I remember rightly. And something's going on there. And it looks like, oh, the referee's looking for a penalty. It wasn't I thought he was looking for a card, a red card, but it's not a penalty, referee. It was outside the area, that one. Although I think we have had one this season where it was way outside the penalty area and it was given as a penalty. But no penalty, yeah. I could have told you that one, ref. But we do get the free kick. Luvumbo, ball out to Matos. Is he going to hit that again? And he does this time. He tries to bend it in at that far post and it wouldn't go in. It wouldn't bend enough for him. Okay, we are getting on top a little bit now after that early goal for Auxerre. Loco chips the ball into the box. We are meant to be whipping those in, Loco. I don't think he's got the memo. Matos is in the back of the net again. Matos, 22nd goal of the season. If we can keep him fit next season, if is a big word. And I know as I'm saying this, it's the usual thing. Words come in my head, they come out of my mouth, and as soon as I'm saying them, I'm thinking, don't say that, because FM is always watching and listening. But Matos, we do need to keep him fit next season. He is going to be a player and a half. And I keep saying I'm going to look for another striker. I don't know whether it will be a striker or maybe a goalkeeper. I don't know. I've had 1 or 2 offered to me who look very, very good. It's a shame though, because Dalterio has done an absolutely magnificent job for us this season. I know I keep saying it, but 1.4 million. What a steal that keeper's been. But when you're playing top competitions like the Champions League, and you're playing in those big, big ties, you want a top goalkeeper. And as I'm speaking about that, very, very reactionary save there from Dalterio. Picks the ball out of the air. And we are at half-time. So after that early Auxerre goal, and I did kind of fear the worst, to be honest, but Matos has come back and, well, scored 2 goals. What a tremendous player he is going to be. He's only a young lad. He's got a big future ahead of him. Yep, we're just going to give them the please. Let's have a look for any tiredness. And we're actually not doing too bad. And I think kind of this season, it's benefited us being knocked out of the Champions League a bit early. Obviously, it stung at the time, but it's given us the fitness levels, I think, that we wouldn't have had if we'd have stayed in the Champions League. PSG have really suffered with that. And talking about PSG, it looks very much like they're going to be trophyless this season. They didn't win the Champions League. They've not won the French First Division. Did they win the... is there some kind of a charity shield type thing? Did they win that? I can't remember now. Anyway, Loco with the ball down the wing to Banicic. Banicic gets absolutely clattered there. And they'll be really surprised if there's anything but a red card. It is a red card, and I always fear red cards when they're against us. Obviously, it's not great when, you know, you get a red card for your own team. But I always struggle to beat teams who are down to 10 men. I think we're just gonna ignore. They want me to go to positive, but I'm going to stay on balanced. I have dropped it. We were on attacking. We're playing a balanced game now. So the 10 men of Auxerre now, and well, that's very, very poor. Dario, what's he going to do with this? He's taking his man on. He's into the penalty area. He slides it to Matos, Banicic, and tries to chip the keeper. Unfortunately, he got his fingertips to that one, and it does go out for a corner. Banicic now, is he going to take this shot? Yes, he is. We have to wait for that player to come out and mark. Bonkers. But anyway, Lovumbo now slings the ball into the box. The keeper comes out, and that's the kind of cross I've been talking about. I have changed my crosses to whipped crosses to try and cut that out, but it doesn't seem to be working. Okay, it's very, very nearly substitution o'clock, but we do get a highlight. 63 minutes. Dario plays the ball to Kamara. Kamara, who is going to be the basis of our midfield next season. And a ball in there. Loco is going to strike this one, is he? No, he's going to slide it across. The ball's in the back of the net. And the referee, I think, is going to have a look at this one. That would be a shame, because Godoy is scoring goals for us. And that could be a very, very important goal for his confidence going forward. He's only 19. It has been given. It's been given. It's 3-1 to Lille in the cup final against Auxerre. 81,000. Well, there'll be like 40,000 screaming fans, won't there? Because their fans won't be very happy. Okay, it is substitution o'clock, and this back four that I've changed to really seems to have worked. I'm very surprised. I was only going to do it for one game. I thought, you know what, let's just give the AI something to think about. But it's worked so well, I'm sticking to it. Santos has come on at left wing back. We have dropped into the control possession now, so hopefully we can keep hold of that. Well, it's a 2-goal lead, isn't it? We're winning 3-1. Sotelo and Hamza Baron are just going to sit in there now and hopefully mop everything up. And Casas, the young kid who I've got a lot of high hopes for. Let's just have a quick look at him. 21-year-old Argentinian. He should be a better player than he is, but his potential is dropping, which is never a good sign. Anyway, less of that. We'll do that at the end of the season when I start scratching my head like I normally do. If you don't know what that means, then you need to go back and watch some more of my videos, because in the transfer window, I do a lot of head scratching. Okay, let's confirm those changes. Dario now with the throw. He comes straight back to a highlight. Kamara plays the ball to Gomez. Gomez, the changes are pending at the moment, so those changes have not gone through. Bitsiabu plays a nice little ball to Gomez, and this is what we need. You've got a ball to your left, that's the one, Loco, and as I'm thinking it, he's thinking the same thing. Loco strides it in, the ball's in the back of the net, and Matos gets his 23rd goal of the season. And who would have put money against Matos scoring today? He was going to score, wasn't he, all day long. 23 goals, what a striker, what a find, and we are winning 4-1 and heading towards our third piece of silverware for the season. And this season, mark my words, it's only episode 10. This season has gone much, much better than I ever thought it would do. We were never going to be great in the Champions League, first season in there, but certainly I wanted to get maybe second place in the in League One and maybe pick up a bit of shiny silverware. We've done that with bells on. 84 minutes now, Kramachi's going to come on, and who's that for? Banicic. Yeah, very tired Banicic. He's put a lot of work in the last 3 or 4 games, and we are running through to another bit of shiny silverware. And well, the controller goes down. Usually when the controller goes down and I fold my arms, I'm usually very frustrated or annoyed. This time it's a bit of self-satisfaction. Bit of a pat on the back for myself as well. I think dropping to a back 4 has really paid dividends in them last few games. But you've got to hand it to these lads. You know, the 2 in midfield, Banicic and Kamara, have played absolutely brilliant. They've got forward and they've supported. Windwiner's done his job. Matos, brilliant goals. Godot has scored goals. And we've done a very, very good job this season. Well, that's an understatement, isn't it? And let's just stand back now, watch the ticker tape drop down, and 40,000 fans inside the Stade de France are absolutely over the moon, and a little cartwheel there. Absolutely fantastic. What a way to finish off the season. So the final league table, 34 games played, and we did keep that 5-point gap. So it's funny, isn't it, how you worry and stress through the season. You're thinking, oh, PSG, they're gonna, they're getting near to us. But in the end, we 86 points, 5 points clear. Very, very nice. Finances, you know what the finances were like. If you've been following this 10-episode series with me managing Lille, you'll know what the finances were like. We were in dire straits at one point, but the Champions League made such a difference. And I'm guessing there might be a little bit more coming as well, because you do get some money out of a pot at the end of when the final's been played. But 50 million in the bank now. 50 million in the bank. The transfer budget, like I say, the budgets have been released, so they gave me a transfer budget of around 17.5 million, which is not a lot, but to be quite honest, I don't really know whether I need a lot more than that. Maybe a top-class goalkeeper would be a bonus, and I've had 1 or 2 suggestions already, so I might be looking at that. I'm sorry, Del Serio, but you know what? We need top world-class players now to push for that Champions League. I still think it's a bit beyond us at this moment in time, but wage budget, we're massively under. They upped the wage budget as well, so we're about 350,000 under the wage budget, but with top world-class players, I mean, that could go in 2 players, couldn't it? Let's face it, £150,000 a week wages, that could easily get sucked up. And a quick look at the club vision there. They're either pleased, very pleased, when we passed the end of the current season, Champions League, Europa League, all of that kind of thing. We passed all of that, and I'm getting an A+ from the board. But are doing an unbelievable job. Clearly the right manager for the job. Any top European teams? Are you looking at this? Because I'm open to a move. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode as much as I have. When you press those buttons, you never know what's going to happen. And, fortunately, in this episode, I pressed the right buttons and everything right has happened. 3 bits of shiny silverware this season. I mean, that's off the scale bonkers. And when the season started, I never thought that would happen. But we've done very, very well. Now I need to go away, do some head scratching, and may or may not sign a new goalkeeper. I'm not quite sure. But I need to do some serious head scratching, because the Champions League now is the next trophy in my sights. Can we do it? I still think it's a little bit early for us, but you never know. If we get the right draws, which you always need, you need a bit of luck in these competitions. I mean, for instance, Auxerre beating PSG in the semi-final of the Cup. I kind of feel if PSG would have been in the final, we wouldn't have won that. But you just get these little bits of luck, don't you? You need that. Football's all about balancing a little bit of luck, rub of the green, getting your tactic and the formation right, buying the right players in, and just, getting the balance right. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Okay, like I say, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and it's a transfer window in a big way for me now. I don't think there's a lot of players going to come in, might be 1 or 2 go out, but plenty of head scratching to do to try and get this team now to the next level. Champions League final, here we come.